Often we think that we want to do great work, we want to achieve great success, and not do menial things or any kind of tedious task which takes our time. But for that, we have to be in deep work mode or in a focus mode to ensure that whatever work we do, either we complete on time or we deliver great quality of work. And how can you do that? Now, the answer is simple, but the execution is difficult. Let me introduce you to the powerful effect of interstitial journaling. So, few days back, I read about this concept and I created a summary of my own. How do I want to visualize it? I realized that this Pomodoro timer or deep focus, everything will fall automatically into this template if you follow this. So, here are few things that you should follow or you should take from this template is first you should have a task description. What is the task that you want to do? So for example, I am working for a project where I need to do some data analysis or and I need to gather some insights. So that is my task. But essentially what happens is that if you just create a task or if there is a task and it may happen that you get a lot of distractions, you may get a lot of email pings from your colleagues, co-workers, and you will lose your sight out of the work. And ultimately what might happen is towards the end of 1 or 2 hours you'll cramp, you will do a rapid fire kind of work and you will produce substandard output as a deliverable. But how can you do better or how can you improve from there? Well, as I said, write the task, think through. Let's spend 5 minutes to think through what are the consequences if I don't do that work. For example, if I don't do this analysis, what might happen? The problem could be that I might appear as an incompetent person who is not able to generate insights out of data. So, which will put a wrong light or a negative light on me, which I don't want. So, that is why I want to complete this work. Next, how will I know this is done? It may happen that once you think that okay, this is the task I will do, but you should clearly objectively define how will you know if this is done. So for example, in this case I would say that I will have five insights, at least five insights out of that analysis, which I think could be better or worse, but at least five insights should be coming out of that session that I'm to handle, or at least the session that I'm going to work on it. Okay. Next is plan to handle upcoming distractions. So this is a very important question. Every time you do a task, inevitably you will be distracted. Either it will be a small distraction or a minor distraction or a large distraction. Some things which could be urgent and some things which will not be urgent but you'll feel the need to attend to. So you should have a clear plan how you want to handle the distractions. For my example, it can be the case that my pet dog will bark if a stranger comes. So I may have to go, but I'll try to see for the first 5 or 10 minutes if my dog doesn't stop barking. Only then in the worst case scenario I'll go. If not, I'll try to ignore it. And in terms of mobile phone usage, I will keep it in silent mode away for half an hour and only take calls from a known person. Next is time window. Generally, for interstitial journaling or any kind of deep work, it is advisable that you focus for longer hours, maybe an hour or two or more. But the basic building blocks is with smaller time blocks. So let's say you want to work on this task for 2 hours, write 2 hours, say 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., but break it down into 30 minutes chunks. So let's say from 1 p.m. to 1:30, that is my first window. And you write down the progress. So at 1:30, what did you do? sorry, at 1 p.m. What did you do? I'm thinking of starting. I'll just write. I'm thinking of starting this task. This is very important. Blah blah blah. I've already captured. I think I will first do for a particular plant which is the most problematic, and then I'll see the least one, so that if I have time, or if I get limited time, then at least I get the ones from the most important ones. If not, I ignore and move to the next window. So like that, I capture the progress. Maybe after 30 minutes, what is the output? You write everything. Then at the end of this complete session, either 30 minutes or the 2 hours, you write your review. This is nothing but a kind of self-reflection. So the question is, did you complete the task as per the description? So here you mentioned, how will you know if the task is done? So reflect. It's like, I wanted to have 5 insights ready by end of the session, but since the analysis took time, so I could hardly manage to get 2 insights. And again, that is not organized properly. I may have to spend time more on it. So overall, I have done some work, but again, it is not up to the mark. But yeah, this is on a positive side. I have begun the work. So like that, when you do, you'll realize that you can focus on your work for longer hours and ensure that you are very intent with your work that you want to do, and intent with the time that you have. So I would urge you to go back, either take a piece of pen and a paper, or you take any digital tool of your choice, either Google Keep, or just like I'm using this blank dot page website. Anything you want, you take it, write it down, do the work, and review after the work is done. And let me know if you felt any difference. I'm sure you would feel, and I hope that you do great tasks. Thank you.